This is the Faithful Departed on normal and hard. Before I enter the quest, I just want to show you I'm adding this longsword to my hotbar in my inventory. The reason is that there's a enemy when we get to this quest later in this quest where uh, there's a certain number of them, and if we kill too many, we fail the quest. It's the fail condition. And because two-weapon fighting with all of our feats, we're doing a lot of extra damage to area of effect damage to enemies around us. We can kill those enemies easier than other builds can. So we'll switch to this if we're worried about killing those enemies. We can kill a couple and it's okay, but if you kill too many, the quest fails. So we're going to probably, there's a few other quests like that. So we're going to keep, uh, upgrading this longsword as we go if we find a better one, and keep it in our inventory as a backup in case we don't want to. There's things around we have to worry about killing. All right, so one thing that challenges people in this quest, it's interesting that I could use my horse here, by the way. Um, but I'm going to call my hireling. See if I can get back on my horse. This is actually, it's sort of a wilderness on the way to the quest, and I want to go a little slower, so I'm going to not going to jump back on the horse, but it's interesting that that option's available here. You kind of come to this, I'll call it an intersection where you can go right, you can go straight, you can go left, multiple choices. Uh, the right and straight path are dead ends, so we want to go left. And I didn't mean to go straight down, I meant to kind of veer to the left there, but I got caught on a ledge. Um, and so when you go left, you see where there's going to be, you have to sort of pay attention because there's going to be a path up, but it's easy to miss. Very easy to miss. So uh, when we get to about here, it's going to dead end there at that waterfall. There's a path up here to the left, and you have to be kind of at the right angle to notice it. When you come back from this waterfall, it might just appear like a dead end, as opposed to a path up, unless you look at it right from this angle. So this is the correct way to get to the quest. So you kind of go left, then make a U-turn and go up to the bridge. And then when you cross this bridge, effectively we're at the quest entrance. You can see it straight ahead there. So this is a lot of people have trouble finding this quest. It's quite easy, but you just have to know go left and then follow the path up, and look for the path up because it's if you go to the dead end and turn around, it's easy to miss from that angle. All right, we're going to go in on normal. And you can see the fail condition, allow the venerated to be destroyed. You can kill some of them, but you can't kill too many of them. So I don't need, I got house P buff since we're right by the house P buff, so I don't need all the resists.
The sweet
So that
aroma
saves
of
on spell
exotic
points a
fruit
little.
fills the air, but the peaceful mood is shattered by
All
the
right, so
sounds of splintering.
we can use our two-handed fighting all the way up until we see a venerated, which is going to be, I believe, a red named, and I'll show you those. And we'll get like a little warning that they're there. They're always in side rooms, so in the hallways you don't have to worry about venerated. They're not wandering the halls. So stick with two-handed fighting all the way here. There's also some traps in this quest.
The hall diverges into three paths. One descends deeper into the tomb, while the others branch to the left and right.
And there's a few optional alcoves that we don't need. But we're going to just go ahead and just take every alcove, cover the whole map. We'll make sure we don't miss this top objective, which is easy to miss if you skip sections. looks like an area that the type of area that has a trap. I don't know if they're random or if they're fixed, but we should spot them when we hit them.
The drow are here, desecrating the coffins of the elves. You must stop them from destroying the venerated.
Alright, so you can see the side passage, and generally this is where the venerated are. So watch the two, and if we'll see how it goes, we'll use it. So there's a red name venerated. If we can avoid killing them, we will. All right, so now we didn't kill the venerated, and we used the two-handed fighting. It was okay. It may be a little tougher on higher difficulties, but so that one's good. So, but that's basically the idea. And if we worried about killing the venerated, we're gonna have to switch to our longsword, and finish the fighting that way. So that's the key thing there. And then just kind of as your map, make sure you're not missing any passages.
A group of drow is here, intent
it's
on
easy to miss the
destroying
Scaro
the
objective. Otherwise. Alright, let's clear this hallway first. And these side rooms, some of them are venerated rooms, some of them are not. But at least one of them has the Scaro in it, so you have, I just get them all. It could be if you run this quest more, you'll know which ones. Let's see if this is a venerated room or not. This looks like a way forward, so let's do this one first. This is probably an optional here we didn't need.
As a dining area. Now cobwebs cover everything inside, including the room of previous inhabitants.
This might be the key. Yeah, it's the key, so that's not optional. I think we needed that key. Well, it could be that this is an optional room here. So no, that's the way forward. So let's just go check out this way. I want to make sure we don't miss any Scaro, because I don't know where they all are.
The sounds of splintering wood and dying drow dissipate as you enter this section of the tomb.
So this is probably the one we didn't need to get. But since I don't have the location of the Scaro memorized, and I don't have the map up DDO wiki that might show me where they are, I'm just gonna go to every room. You need most of them. Okay, here's a trap. And I think the trap boxes might be after it. Yep. Alright, so put our hireling on stand their ground, and then jump over the trap and disable. So I know I've been in groups where the rogue did not spot the traps, so it feels like our trapping is pretty good. So I'm gonna wait for those drow to pass and then just jump over. Let me get Ark in here quick. Forgot to put him on stand his ground that time.
Searching for something.
I'm gonna just go here to note this on my map in case we need to come back to a shrine. I usually try to jump when it's kind of on the bottom, and then jump over it. Although I keep reading the put arc and not stand his ground. Although the animations don't always line up. There's times when I completely avoid the animation touching me, and I still end up taking trap damage. So these rooms that are open generally don't have the venerated, except the very last room we go to, which is an open room. It's usually a side room with a door, and then we get a message when we open it, or when we get near it. Alright, so you can see there's some rooms we're going to have to go backtrack on this side. I think this might be where I missed Descaro once and had to backtrack. Pretty sure this room here is the one where I missed Descaro once. Run back and backtrack. Venerated. Whoop, whoop. And our hireling killed the venerated. So we probably need to put our hireling on passive. You can see the hireling killed the venerated. So I'm gonna have to put my hireling on passive for the next room. That's okay. It's good to know this stuff for elite, or for Reaper rather, especially. Such a big map. Alright, I'm gonna just try to not go forward without hitting an area, just so I don't miss anything. We have a few scorpions accumulating. This might be a venerated room. I'm going to go ahead and put my hireling over here. I don't think we need him. I'm passive. Yep. So we survived that venerated barely, but you can see it's kind of a challenge, and it's a reason. One of the reasons I'm not a big fan of any sort of a quest where I can't kill enemies. So I usually tend to avoid them, and this is one I tend to avoid. But for completeness, I wanted to go ahead and have. I guess I can switch back now. It's also much easier to run these type of protect missions or these type of missions with the party than solo. But certainly not no problem to do it solo. All right. So let's see. I think we might just have just the end fight now, and I think we might be okay. Two left. I think there might just be one rated in this last area.
The final burial chamber waits at the bottom of this ladder.
And this
You
venerated is
feel a
really hard to
palpable
not get
sense of
killed. So,
disappointment as you cross the threshold.
but I think there's only one. So blindness.
From
Get my
destroying
blindness.
the last of the venerated.
I think there's only one here. We'll find out if we fail it. That means there's two. Let's see. Let's kill all these guys before we get to the final area, since they're not activated yet. Oop, now they are. It's just one venerated, so. Yeah, so my experience is that last venerated is the hardest one not to get killed. So we have one other minion. There he is. Nope, it's a trap. There he is. You gotta run around sometimes. He didn't activate. All right, so we succeeded. We barely survived the venerated, but basically there was four, I believe, and so we could let two of them die. So one died. This end one, at least in my experience, almost always dies, and then the other one was killed by a hireling. So we'll try to be more careful with the hireling on hard, and we should be good to go. But so that's faithfully departed on normal. I'm going to pause the video. I'll unpause it if I get anything interesting in the end reward, and then come right back in on hard.